All right, so we're going to be doing a tier list for Marvel Rivals Season 2. I'm a one above all player, and I want to share the information I have with you guys since Season 2 has been out for a little bit, and a bunch of tier lists on YouTube have been made before Season 2 even came out. Now that we have some experience, we can actually, what characters are good in Diamond above to even one above all. So this is a very high elo tier list, not really low elo, which has a lot different criteria. That being said, Adam Warlock, I would say he's A tier. Basically what happened to him is they increased the cooldown for his soul bond by 10 seconds, which is really huge. This is basically giving a 33% increased cooldown on his soul bond, which is a mini ultimate. And Karmic Revival now restores 30% of fallen allies maximum health instead of a fixed 100 health. Now this is a buff to tanks but a nerf to squishies, so I think it's actually a nerf because 4 out of 6 teammates are going to be squishies, therefore they're actually going to be revived with less healing. But I guess you can hope to god your other allies heal them, or yourself, you have soul bond and you have the healing wave for Adam Warlock to heal them up. But it's like kind of a nerf for the squishies, so I would put him in S tier in season 1.5 because revive was probably the most broken comp in the game. But because of this, I think A tier. Res comp is still good and annoying, so I think he's probably A tier, maybe a little bit lower in A tier. Next up is gonna be Black Panther. I feel like he's C tier. He's in high elo, he's very easy to counter. Like, healers will just heal each other. There's a bunch of counters such as like Thing now. You have Namor, Hulk squids, etc. You have Mr. Fantastic, who is pretty meta right now. So Black Panther and low elo, very easy to carry with because supports don't know how to heal each other. But in high elo, Black Panther is fairly easy to deal with. Paired up with other dive though, he can be a problem. If you have other dive, he's probably like BA, but like, you know, if the enemy just fully commits to anti-dive, he's probably C tier, maybe D tier. So Black Widow, I think is very situational. She gets countered by a decent amount of comps, but she is also really good into some comps. So dive comps she's really bad into. Captain America, Venom, Iron Fist, actually that's kind of, I know about that matchup. It's a little weird. It's like kind of 50-50, but dive comps will screw Black Widow over. I know a very good Widow player who like smurfs and like, you know, hits all headshots, 30 kills a game, but is somehow for some reason hovering around Celestial 1 in Eternity. So I find that very weird. Therefore the champion is only good when the enemy is running like 3 DPS. You see like a Star-Lord, Storm, maybe even Namor, Hela. They have basically 5 squishies with the 2 supports. The way to counter Black Widow, if she really is a problem, is you run 3 tanks or dive. Just very extreme fast characters. So that's why she's very situational. You want to put her against like people who are very slow, Hela, etc. So it depends. If you're the god like Widow, go for it. But otherwise, in general, she is kind of like very bad. But if you're god with her, then you can make her work. Hulk, in my opinion, is very strong. Oh my goodness, he's probably S tier, especially with infinite ammo being nerfed. So if you guys didn't know, he gets more movement speed by 50, which is actually a lot. He reduced the shield of his incredible destructible guard from 12 seconds to 10 seconds, which is huge. Now he's shielding more often and getting gamma charge for his ultimate. They also decreased the minimum charge time for Incredible Leap from 0.7 seconds to 0.5. Therefore, he's leaping around the map like 1.33x more. So he is more mobile. He is just jumping everywhere. Infinite ammo got nerfed. Like no more Bucky. Yes, there is Punisher. Like I said, it's gonna be hard to counter these big brutes in your face if you don't have a Punisher or someone who does a lot of damage. He also has the new team up with Namor. It's a bit buggy apparently with Spider-Man and Black Panther, but that's, you know, that's a matchup dependent situation. So basically, now that you have Iron Man and Namor, there's a new team up where you get the Gamma Charge team up with Iron Man and Namor as your DPS. But otherwise, even if you don't have it, Hulk is probably still a very strong champ. In his ultimate, he can destroy squishies if they don't have a support ult, and they might be even forced to support ult, right? Easily S tier with all these random buffs and the meta shift. Captain America, he did receive some buffs. They're actually like quite small, but they're pretty interesting. So basically, well, he's the anchor, right, for Bucky team up. So this is an increase of 75 health, and he has 50 less health on his shield, but he gets 5% more damage boost, which means he can charge his ultimate faster. In my opinion, he's like a mini dive character, but I do think his support ult is really strong. Like his ultimate is basically another support ultimate. So you have 3 support ultimates on the team. I would say he's either high B or low A, but of course he does have counters such as like Punisher and rocket ammo, a lot of these very straightforward high damage burst comps like Hela, etc. Even Torch could roast him, so you can't really do much against him. So I think he's more like B tier if you are actually against very competent players. But in low elo, like even high elo, like low high elo, he can run around your supports and kill them, and if you don't handle him, he's kind of annoying. But I do think when he's paired with dive, he's extremely strong. So even Iron Fist or even a Black Panther, he gets like bumped up to A tier for sure. You just have to comp him with the right comp. And I think the Winter Soldier team up is kind of useless, to be honest. Next up is gonna be Cloak and Dagger. So in my opinion, she, you know, her ultimate is countered by so many things. It's really crazy. So she's either like very low B tier or C tier. We'll leave him here if we have to change it up a bit. But basically, she got a buff where her 4 dashes, the puddle, it does last longer. You can see here, after activating your ultimate, duration of the 3 healing zones will no longer be calculated separately. Instead, they will remain active until the duration of the final healing zone ends, at which point all of them will be removed together. Like, the problem is, like, if she is going into a Hawkeye, she gets headshot, so she can't go that far. If she's going to Magneto, well, they did make her dash like faster, right? So she can get away from Magneto, but she literally has to run and sprint for her life. So there are a bunch of counters to her. Her Discord giving 30% damage boost to her team when she hits it on the enemy. It could be really good, but it has to be coming at the right times. Although I do think she is better than Mantis because she does heal more. I think Mantis is either like C or D or situational. So we might... I'll put her C for now, but I might move her later. Her healing's still really good. And they actually did give some buffs, right? Mid-season. So maybe we'll put her here for now. Ooh, Doctor Strange. I don't know if I really like this champ anymore. Damage nerfs, like his dark magic got nerfed as well. Just all nerfs around the board. Except he did get 100 more hit point. Does that matter when he has a giant shield that has an 800 hit point shield? I actually think, okay, if he's with Scarlet Witch, then like, yeah, he's like way better because she's just powering up Scarlet Witch. But if not, he's like, I actually heard he can still one shot through some support ults if given the right opportunity. So maybe he's still good, but damage on his projectiles are kind of like eh. And also the only time that's really good to switch, that's really good to play him, is if you're switching for portal TP to reinforce the fight. So in that sense, actually, maybe he's B tier, not S tier, not A tier. Gamma's charge is removed also, right? So with Scarlet Witch and all those team ups, and portaling is still a really good mechanic. B tier, somewhere around B tier, right? So we'll leave him here. Emma Frost, easy S tier. I think what's crazy about Emma Frost is her diamond form for sure. Like, dude, you turn into a big assassin and you shut down a lot of characters. Like if they're diving into you, you literally choke slam them and kick them in the wall and one shot them. Like if you can land that choke, like it's so annoying. Or even if you find an out of position target tank, you can kick him into your team or a wall, get a pick out of nowhere for just being diamond form. So the diamond form is something you have to care for. She also does have a shield. She is a shield tank. Solo shield tank, she might be a little hard. But also having 30% damage reduction, she has, out of all the Vanguards, she has a lot of abilities if you think about it. Her ultimate, of course, is one of the most powerful ultimates in my opinion. It silences people's ultimates. It has a huge radius and it lasts for about 6 seconds while doing a pretty good amount of damage, right? So her ultimate, you do have to support ult for it. I don't think there's a lot of counterplay besides that. You can hide behind corners and maybe your team will die if they don't, but easily S tier. Is she better than Hulk? I feel like she is. Oh, also her win rate is a little low. It's like 50% ish, but I think after a week or two people will really finally figure her out. So putting her at S tier, I would say, is proper for her after a week or two and people like finally master her and get lord on her and stuff. Also, the execute on the crystal, that is very surprising burst damage that can like surprise people from basically getting one shot. So yeah, she's got a lot of things going for her. Groot, easily S tier. I think he's better than Hulk. I would say he's better than Hulk just because he's like the highest damage tank in the game. He also cuts off heals easily with his walls. Like he is very, very strong. He's still a permaban in a lot of high elo lobbies. And of course, guess who got nerfed? It was Wolverine. So Groot doesn't mind the Wolverine nerfs, and he probably still is countered by him. But yeah, Groot, high damage. His ultimate, very high damage, as well as a very clutch ultimate. You have to support ult or do something against it. Doctor Strange being nerfed also means he can't block. Well, he can still block, but he's not picked as much. Yeah, there's still Mag in the game with the shields. He's probably good. He's probably good into Emma, but he is. I don't know who's better. I do find Groot more annoying than Emma Frost, unfortunately. So I'll have to put Emma Frost around here. Hawkeye, easily S tier. Oh my goodness. Where do I put him? Above Emma Frost? Maybe. This champion, I permaban him personally because for some reason, enemy is Hawkeye, God, high elo, one-shotting all my supports in the back line. Heck, even just giving my tanks cancer. Like, it's actually scary to play Iron Fist into him as well because he can basically get your block out as soon as possible. Even one-shot you sometimes, a 300 hit point target. But he also got buffs this season for some reason. I don't know why, but they also reduced the slow effect while charging the bow from 30 to 20% so he can move faster. Increase both instances of damage for hypersonic arrow 50 to 55. I heard there's a new tech where you can one-shot people in your ultimate if you use this, but I'm not too sure about that. It does 110 times 2 damage for, the clone. And then I guess you have 3, maybe there's a lot of damage there. Decrease energy cost for his ultimate. This is huge, by the way. 3,700 to 3,100. So he's going to be using his ultimate a lot more, and improve the bow draw speed, increase from 1.35 to 1.5x. So all these buffs are, he was already decent, like he can kill people, but now Hawkeye players are going to take over games easily. A permaban if you know the enemy has a Hawkeye player, or if you just don't want to play it. Hela, easily S tier. They did do some nerfs to her mobility. They increased the cooldown for her astral flock from 12 to 15 seconds, so only a 3-second cooldown increase. But they increased the damage of her right click, the piercing knight, for each dagger. I think there's 4 of them, so this is like a 20 damage increase if you hit all 4. And then they decreased the cooldown for her stun to 10 seconds instead of 12. So some combat offensive capabilities buffs, little mobility nerfs so she doesn't get into flank positions. Essentially what they're saying is we don't like flanking Hela as much, so we have to nerf that a bit. But she still has the same damage she does in season 1.5. 2 tap the supports, 250 hit point dead in 2 hits, headshot, right? So in my opinion, yep, she's still really good. She is still really good, somewhere around here. Not sure who's better. Next up, oh my goodness, it's Human Torch. Easily S tier. This guy is broken. I think, yes, he's countered by maybe Hela. I don't know so much about Hawkeye, how hard is arrows in the air, but Human Torch is, in my opinion, the most. He does so much damage. His ultimate is okay, but he does so much damage. You need to get 3 healers or something like that. And they also buffed him this season. No one knows why, but they reduced the attack interval for his auto attacks, fire cluster, to 0.5 seconds from 0.6, and the launch timing of primary attack projectile has been advanced. They also increased the cooldown from his flaming meteor to 15 seconds, but they added a new effect. You get 75 bonus of health when you land, and then it falls off 3 seconds later. So basically you can dive more easier onto enemies and not risk yourself too much. You get 75 bonus health, you can go for that dive on enemy, or if you need to really get out of this sticky situation, you just dive backwards and then you have 75 bonus health to make sure you survive and you get healed. So he actually does more damage with his auto attacks. He was really good last patch and was scary if they had a main, like maybe he was A tier, S tier, but now I think he's probably around here. He does so much damage. He can also assassinate people if he sees the opportunity. Like his headshot damage, if he shotgun, is 200 or something. It's very high. Invis Woman, she was one of the most OP champs. She and Luna Snow were easily S tier because she had a shield. She had a lot to combo with. She cannot get mag ulted in her ultimate like Cloak and Dagger. Therefore, she is very good. She did get a nerf to her Guardian Shield, and instead of 300 hit point, it's 250. So that's a slight nerf, but you combo this with Punisher ultimate. Whoever's ulting, like Star-Lord is ulting, just spam the right click on her, pocket him. A lot of utilities, so pull, push, shift, etc. does a decent amount of damage as well, and heals pretty highly as well. So nothing was changed for her. She just got nerf, slight nerf, but she's still S tier. Iron Fist, dude, I don't know why like they gave him random buffs, and I have to like put an S tier, especially if you know how to main him. Like, I know the main him. I think it's easy to get top 100 with this champion, especially with infinite ammo gone and a lot of other characters being slightly nerfed and him getting buffed. I think he's S tier. Like I said, if you don't main him, maybe he's like worse, but for the mains, he's easily S tier. They all think he's broken. Even some people are picking up randomly because they believe he is broken, and there are random bans happening in my games. I don't know if they're trying to ban me out, but people are starting to ban Iron Fist, and I'm like genuinely confused. I don't know if it's me though. Like, the buffs that did happen is now he has less healing on his meditation, but you can actually use the bonus health you get from the meditation into a battle. It's not fake health. He also does more damage to tanks for some reason, and they decreased the cooldown of his dragon kick to 10 seconds to 12. So he has an insane amount of mobility, which he already had, and he can execute people more, which are crazy buffs in my opinion. I believe he is S tier if you know how to play him. If not, then, well, I mean, then why are you playing him, right? So I have to leave him in S tier. Next up is going to be Iron Man. So Iron Man did receive some buffs this patch, which is really interesting. The ones that are interesting is they slightly reduced Iron Man's hitbox size. I don't know how big he was before, but they reduced it, so he's slightly harder to hit. He also gains a new feature of 100 bonus health when he's armor overdriving, and it falls off after 5 seconds. In my opinion, you probably see more Hulks, therefore he kind of has the gamma perma, but he does have a lot of counters, so even with the bonus health, maybe he's either low B tier or C tier. Like, what counters him? Hela. Human Torch does actually fight him. Like, if he's in his face, he can easily shotgun him down. So I think, yeah, Adam Warlock can kick his ass too. Punisher, Iron Fist can still kill him. Black Widow, yeah, he has way too much counters, but he does do a lot of damage. You have to mention that. He has a lot of damage too, but unfortunately he has a lot of counters. Next up is Jeff, bro. Okay, Jeff is only good if you have the Luna team up. Like, by himself he is D tier, easily D tier, but with the team up, I think he's paired with Dive, he is very good. So how do we rate this? With the team up, he's easily B tier, A tier, and if he has another Dive, he's somewhere around A tier, but around B tier. I'd say B tier if he has a team up. Like I said, it's hard to say with an L, but this champ, D tier, useless, but with team up, let's assume it, he's B tier. And with another Dive, they're just killing the backline. Like, it's impossible to beat an Iron Fist and a Jeff in your backline unless you have like 3 heals or something to counter it. Trust me, it's like, with these 3, it's a very hard comp to deal with. Next up is going to be Loki, and they actually only nerfed his immortality field to 30 seconds instead of 25. Now, unfortunately, I hate this champion, but it's only a 5-second increase, and Adam Warlock's was a 40, like, it's to 40 seconds. That's a 10-second increase. So this one on Loki is not as bad, and in my opinion, I did think he was like one of the most OP supports in the game. He can copy Luna ult, get some of the really good ults. He has 3 clones that perma heal your team. If you are like god at Loki and you're really good at getting away using the invisible as well as swapping around your clones and setting them up and knowing the right places, I think he's the most broken support in the game. Actually, wait, I think he is the most broken support in the game. Copy whatever. Like I said, you also have the opportunity to not only ult your support, but if you see the opportunity to like get a Star-Lord ult because you know the enemy has no support ults, then that situation is also in your toolbox to carry with, right? So that's why I think he has a lot of flexibility in what he wants to do, as well as just being a very good support. Next up is Luna. If you have good aim, actually probably like right here, something like here. Yeah, these two used to be the most OP supports in season 1.5. Every tournament was these two. But Luna, yes, if you have good aim, you'll perma heal your team. You have good survivability, hitting those freezes on the strange ulting your backline, hitting that right click on who else can you cancel? Magik ultimate, all that stuff, right? So the freeze is very important if you have good aim. She also has really good survivability with her clapping and the self regen, and of course her ultimate is the best in the game. It gives a lot of healing, gives herself a shield for some reason, and she can damage boost her team like a Magneto ult or something. So I'm just saying, lots and lots of yeah, she has the best support ult in the game, probably the best ult in the game in general. Next up is Magik. Ooh, I don't know. This champion is okay. I know in low elo she is very good, like she'll never die because she has a damage shield, but in high elo it is so hard to play her. I think she's so hard to play. I even might put her D tier because even though she has also a high win rate in low elo, in high elo you're facing Hela, you're facing Hawkeye, you're facing I guess maybe you'll face Torch, which is not good for her. You're facing all these hit scan characters. When you face these characters and you miss your one-shot opportunity onto the backline or the supports, guess what? Like, she actually has no escapes. She shifts in, ease in, dashes, misses, or gets a one-shot, whatever. How does she get out? She has one portal to get out, and that portal better be around the corner, otherwise she is getting 2-tapped by Hela, she is getting 1-tapped by Hawkeye, and that is just so hard for her to deal with. So I think the best way to play her is assassin Magik, but playing her as frontline Magik can also be very scary if you're facing like a Hela and Hawkeye in the same team. Just saying, you don't want to frontline if those two are just beaming you and you're kind of frontlining with your tanks. If it's a brawl comp, like you're facing Thing, you know, a bunch of melee characters, she actually does really well into a bunch of melee champions. So it's situational, and she's D tier. You wouldn't want to play her into Hela Hawkeye. Magneto is still S tier. Nothing happened to his kit. He combos with a lot of people, right? Still with Star-Lord, like he give him a bubble, he just farms his ultimate. Give a bubble to Iron Fist, he just farms his ultimate, as well as just keeps going on your backline. The only nerf they did was they nerfed his energy cost for his ultimate to 3,400, which is like whatever, but I mean, he still has bubble, he still has the invincible shield, and his ultimate is essentially a semi-support ult, semi-defensive, and a very powerful offensive ult that one-shots people. Because his ult can one-shot people through support ults, gives him a lot of value. Until they like nerf that or take that away from him, he would be like really bad tier. But because he can still one-shot defensive ult as well, he is high S tier. Ooh, why is Groot so high? Groot does counter Magneto. Groot is also very good. So around here, I'd say. Next up is Mantis. Okay, Mantis is here, situational. I think she's she is probably, I don't like her actually. I think I just don't like her. I don't like her because she offers very low healing. Yes, she is good with damage boosting like certain targets like your Star-Lord, your Magik, everyone when they're ulting, even Widow. But relatively enough, she is a support who needs to go like 3 healer or something. She has low healing. All these champions have high damage. She also did getting nerfed to her hit points, so now it's 250, so she's easier to kill. She can stack leaves on people, but I mean, no, that's not good. I don't think she's that good. I think she's like really bad tier. Okay, Mr. Fantastic. Now, call me crazy. Yes, call me crazy. I think he's S tier, but for now I'll put him at A tier. I think he's insanely good. I mean, there are a bunch of changes that happen to him. Most of them are basically huge buffs. They increase the health, damage. They gave a new slow effect, which is crazy to me. They increased the cooldown. They also, I think you get elasticity slower, and the health on this is lower. But now his ultimate, it gains, you go into inflated state, so you have the bonus health. So what you can do is you can basically go into inflated mode, and then once you get really low health, you can just use your ultimate, and then now you have inflated mode again for like 800, 900 health, which makes him very tanky. And I believe he is I actually think he's sleeper S tier. I just need someone to prove it for me. But for now, I'll put him at A tier because I think he's really strong right now, especially if you're playing like a brawl comp into like Iron Fist, all these characters, right? All these characters who are just melee champs, he'll probably win you the game. He has cleave. Is he countered by? Yeah, he's countered by maybe Hawkeye, Hela, all these very high burst champs. But if they're not playing these high burst champs, you can easily get in there and just fight and survive forever. Really good in low elo. High elo, he might get bursted against these people. Just be careful with that. Okay, so Moon Knight. You know, I always would maybe. So he did get buffs. He did get a decent amount of buffs. Like, these are some crazy buffs. Look at this. Projectile speed increased to 150. Gets bonus health up to a max of 100. His speed, his hook has been increased to, or sorry, decreased to 0.15 seconds, so he can hook faster against a dive. I'm not sure what really happened to his ultimate. I haven't used it. I think this is a buff, but it just has fall off damage from the center, and there's more talons, it lasts longer, etc. Now I will say this: the rank 1 person right now, currently while making this video, is a Moon Knight main and has 32 wins and 43 losses. And he's basically, I don't know if he's MVP, SVP every game, but he is just smurfing on Moon Knight every single game. How is he smurfing? I don't know. Is there a Loki? I see a Loki this game. No Loki this game, but they're, oh, not playing it here. He plays Hela. What? I haven't seen a single Moon Knight game. Here's a Moon Knight game. There's a Loki. Yeah. So, I mean, the rank 1 player is literally playing Moon Knight, so we have to put him in S tier, right? Like, he's literally just smurfing every game with Moon Knight, and I find that really interesting. I think he gets countered by Hawkeye, Hela, not Torch maybe, but yeah, apparently he's just smurfing every game, so he's S tier, right? With these buffs, he'd probably be A tier, my personal opinion, but literally the rank 1 guy is S tier, or is literally rank 1 with Moon Knight and a bunch of wins. He must be very strong. But I mean, me personally as Iron Fist, I'm not really too scared of him. He's good into Loki and like a bunch of those champs. So we put him right here. Or is he here? We don't know. It's my personal opinion. Yeah, this would be it. Apparently rank 1 player, so he's right here. Goes up to you guys. Alright, so Namor, I personally believe he's maybe B, A tier. Okay, this is with the team up, by the way. So you don't ever play Namor without the team up. If he's team up, if there's no team up, D tier for sure. But if there's always a team up, put him A tier. I think he's good A tier or high B tier. But the Hulk Gamma Squids, I would say they're really good for shredding tanks, especially if they last on whoever or their enemy squishy backline. But I put them lower A tier because I think the Ice Squids were a lot better giving the slow effect. And when you had the slow effect on Namor, it would help you line up your ultimate way better. Plus the fact, oh wait, maybe high B tier. The fact that you don't have to play Luna with Namor anymore means you can't not damage boost his ultimate to one-shot those supports. So I would have put him S tier and around here, like season, like he was definitely S tier around here with the Luna team up. But now I think he's like high B tier with the Hulk team up. He doesn't have a Luna every game to damage boost and one-shot the supports. He doesn't have, I don't know, Rocket ult can't one-shot support ults unless I think if they're 250 hit point, because it's a 25 damage boost, so you can one-shot with Rocket ult on 250 hit point supports. But Mantis is over health. Luna has 275. Yeah, like look, only way you could actually, you can't even kill Loki in his ultimate because he's gonna copy Luna or something, right? So you can't one-shot people with your ultimate in support ults. Not even a rocket, because he has overhealth too. So yeah, he is B tier. He's good at flanking still. He's good at like doing whatever he wants and 1v1ing people and going in the flank. But I just don't think he's that good anymore. Even though Hulk is pretty good. I also did see a weird bug for his gamma squids, where if you did in range, it would like shoot and then stop beaming. Yeah, it would stop beaming for like 1 second and then start beaming people. So I don't know if that resets the charge of the gamma squid. So yeah, the gamma squids are worse than the ice squids for sure. Peni Parker, bro, this champ is A tier. Like, did you see what buffs they gave her? Like, here, I'll show you. So the buffs they gave her is now her primary attack can crit. So it can crit and headshot, which means if you got good aim on Peni Parker, you're gonna be doing double the damage. Also, moving side to side while auto attacking is now reduced to 20% damage movement speed penalty, and they increased their base health by 100. I think this champion is like, if you have a good Peni player, she'll take over the game. Like if you're maining her, I think it's S tier, but you know, if you're playing her and you kind of know her and you're like decent at her, probably A tier. I think she's one of the weird tanks. She doesn't have a shield, but she's easily a good secondary tank to flank and do whatever she does, especially with the mines. Psylocke, okay, Psylocke, no more Magik team up, but now she has Emma Frost team up, which she'll get every game, and it's a kind of a really annoying team up to face because there's two Psylocke clones just beaming your face. Oh, the worst part is I actually think she's better than Iron Fist. Like as a champion, she's just better than Iron Fist. Yeah, he has more survivability in the back, but Psylocke beats him 1v1 and just harasses enemy supports and kills them faster. But maybe Iron Fist is like no, he's like this. It's like this. Psylocke is a better champ than Iron Fist in my opinion. I hate to say it. I know it is a better champ. If you're good at Psylocke, she also has a better ultimate, and she has the mirror image. So yeah, I have to move Iron Fist down because I think a better Psylocke player is more useful than Iron Fist, unfortunately. But I do think this champ is OP, unfortunately. But yeah, I have to do this. I'm so sad. Rocket Raccoon, oh my goodness. Most busted champ in the game. Who beats Groot? Well, Rocket can gun down his walls. He can. He has super healing with his right click now, where he just healing orbs his team. And he has a support ult that you now have to hit. Notice how in season 1.5, no one was shooting the amplifier. Now in season 2, everyone is shooting the amplifier because they can't kill anything in it. They did. I'll just show all the buffs, of course. Like I said, less AoE healing, but more healing the allies hit. His mobility has been reduced. More a nerf to the cooldown and the dash distance. Now his ultimate gives a lot of bonus health. The energy cost did go up by 300, but the damage boost went down by 15%. So you still get the damage boost and you get a support ultimate. Basically, Rocket Raccoon does everything a support does. Like, hey, you get a free Mantis ult and you get 25% damage boost. You can kill the amplifier. Who cares? Can Mantis get a revive? No. Does Mantis heal as much as Rocket Raccoon? No. Rocket Raccoon is just the best champion to have on your team, even without a Punisher, even with no team up, even if he doesn't ride Groot. I mean, that never really happens, but Rocket Raccoon is probably the best champ in the game, hands down. I can't believe it. He is permaban. Well, everyone plays him on every team, so no one permabans him, but he is the best champ in the game. Scarlet Witch. Okay, Scarlet Witch. So, with Strange team up, I think she's, you know, pretty good, but I think she's also your situation. She's really good at dive. So if you have enemy has Black Panther, Iron Fist, Spider-Man, she can easily counter them just by holding left click. Is she good? Her ult sucks. No, I can't even put her in A tier because her ult is really bad. Like in Hela, it's very, very rare to see a Scarlet Witch get like a 3-man or 4-man ultimate. Everyone is easily just kiting it, going around corner. I don't think she's that good just because of her ultimate, but everything she did get are like buffs right here, right? They remove the chaos damage, but they increase it, so she's better against strategists and duelists. She does more damage with the projectile that she shoots. They did nerf her survivability, the cloaking dash thing, and I never knew her. I think this is her bubble. I didn't know it slowed, but basically that got changed. So just more damage against duelists and strategists. Oh man, she has the OP new strange team up, but it's only every 40 seconds. I have to put her around C or C tier because I just hate her ultimate. It's not the best ultimate. I think something like this actually. I think Magik is a little bit better than her. Okay, next up, Spider-Man, bro. Okay, champion by itself, the hero, it's not that good, but with Venom, it's really good, right? So it's just like perma dive. Is he OP? He's super annoying. He can one-shot your supports. He just harasses them. He has a very strong DPS ultimate. He's situational. I think he's around B tier though, or 8, like 8. Let's put him low A tier because pairing him up with a Venom, like it wins so many games for sure. So let's just assume team up perma, and he's good without the team up. Very low B tier, high C tier. He's also good against flyers. He can one-shot them. They have to switch off the Storm and the Iron Man. Supports will get one-shot, have a bad time, etc. But he also has a lot of counters, right? Like some situations you gotta play him in, running triple heal. They maybe have a Namor with Hulk. What else is there? They have a thing. Like they have a thing. So yeah, I think he's probably like B tier, maybe B tier. Depends where he is. With Venom team up, let's just put him low B tier. Squirrel Girl. The problem with Squirrel Girl is she gets countered by all these champions. She's good against, like, the only time I see her that's good is when there's like a Groot, when there's like Punisher, Ball team up with Bucky and Rocket, but that doesn't exist. She gets 1v1 by basically every champion. So her ult is also shootable, and a lot of these high elo players are playing shooters, so they just shoot it. Her ultimate does suck, unfortunately. Something like this. Star-Lord, I'd say A tier. I don't think he's S tier because he did receive a small nerf, but okay, I'll show you. So he has fall off damage on his E. They reduce the damage of Blaster Barrage to 75. And like I said, fall off damage at 80% reduction. Ooh, that could be bad, right? But people are still playing him. And with res comp, he is like, last season, he's probably like somewhere around here with the res comp. This season with Adam and Scarlet being nerfed, it's a little lower. You can play him without, of course, res comp as well. So he has the most broken DPS ult in the game. One of the most broken DPS ults in the game. Is he OP? With res comp, probably like S tier. Without, very low A tier, B tier. He's still good at farming ultimates. He can contest side flanks decently, but he is countered by Hela. Hawkeye can maybe one-shot him, but also it's very hard to hit a Star-Lord just basically screwing around with you, right? Because he has the invul. Like, he sees the Hawkeye charging up, and yeah, it's hard to probably hit his head when he's flying in the air. So probably low A tier. Storm, like, there's nothing that really happened to Storm, right? Nope. Oh, she has no more team up. So Storm has no more team up, and I believe she is, I think she's low B tier and maybe high around here, honestly around here. So Storm used to be very OP. She got like kind of a nerf, and her ultimate, like one of the best DPS ults in the game, countered by a support ult only, or if you can shoot her down. But yeah, she is basically a battery for her team. The matchups she has are really bad. Like, I think Human Torch can easily 1v1 her. Hela, these guys can 1v1 her. So you have to switch off if you see a Hela or something like that. She cannot contest flanks, which is a big part of this game. Holding high ground, she cannot do it by herself. She needs a team. Essentially what she is she's a battery to give him damage boosts for her team, as well as just trying to get her ult charge and then just trying to wipe the enemy team or bait out a support ult. She doesn't have much, like, she doesn't do that much besides offer hitting tanks and charging her ultimate, as well as being a battery for her team. So yeah, it's hard to essentially play her in high elo without getting like beamed or making yourself have impact. It's hard to it's hard to use Storm and have impact in high elo because she doesn't have that much tools to do it with. Punisher, well, I mean, Rocket's OP, right? Like Rocket's OP, so if Rocket is literally in every single game, then you get free infinite ammo every game. And this team up still is good with his ultimate. Like, he's doing this his way. You get a Rocket Raccoon ult, and you burst down through support ults. I don't think he can, I'm not actually sure if he can do that anymore, but easily infinite ammo. Counters all the flyers, you can shoot them, infinite ammo is still a thing. This also is a really good dive tank buster, right? You can kill the tanks, shotgun in the face, get infinite ammo. So even though he can't really contest all these champions, these DPS players up here, he still has his job just shredding down tanks, as well as what's it called, Rocket Raccoon every game. He still gets countered by Magneto, so if there's Mag in this game, don't point in playing him. There's no point in playing him. Thing, so all they did to Thing was, instead of having a 30% damage reduction, they now did, I think it's 25%. So that's really the only thing that they changed. Is he good? Yeah, he's still good. Like, you always see him paired up with Magneto, and yeah, Magneto and Thing is a thing. He still is good against Brawl. He has a decent good ultimate. He's just a solid character. He's not B tier, he's either a low A tier or mid tier, somewhere around here. So Brawly type character, tank, very easy to play. He also, I noticed this in support ults battles, he can ult, and then say support ults, he can get his ult again if these support ult fights last very long. So he's very good at charging his ultimate. So that's why he is like a pretty solid Vanguard. All right, Thor, where do we put this guy? So dude, he lost all of his team ups. He lost, like, he can't give Storm a team up, he can't give Captain America a team up. They did increase his health, I think. I think they did, I'm not too sure. And they also increased his base movement speed. And he can still damage, he can still one shot with Luna ults with damage boost on support ults. Can he do with I don't know if he can do it, I think it's the same scenario as Namor. His ult does 200 damage on the slam, I think. Is he good? He gets no, he lost so many team ups, that's a problem. He still has the Hela team up, so maybe he's like here, yeah, probably around here. He's good at like dueling and brawling and like fighting, and does a lot of damage with his Thor force, but he doesn't have a shield. He's kind of his own unit. He doesn't really offer much to his team besides like damage, right? So that's, yeah, he doesn't, as a Vanguard, he offers nothing to his team. His ultimate is actually pretty shit too. So we'll put him here. Venom is interesting. I think you can still I'm pretty sure Venom with Rocket can still one-shot with his ultimate plus the tether. So Venom is really good. I guess that means Spider-Man and Venom are just insane together, right? So with Rocket being in every game, you can one-shot people through support ults. I think I have to test it, but yeah, he is super annoying. He has what, 1800 hit point in your back line and just stalling cart, diving the enemy. If he's with another dive, he's insane. So I'd say S tier, just because also he can one shot through support ults. Is he countered by, I guess he's really only countered by like Rocket and Punisher. Iron Fist can shred him with the tank by being a tank shredder. It's very hard to deal with him. Hela can beam him, Human Torch can beam him. Yeah, he's a solid tank, especially with all his buffs, right? That's been happening throughout the seasons. He does give free ult charge, kind of, but I mean, he's diving literally under supports because he has so much hit point, and they have to deal with him. So he's just a chaos bringer. Solid tank. Winter Soldier. I'm not a fan of this champion anymore. Like, what did they do to him? Let's go look. I know they did so much bad things to him. Yeah, so here, increase the cooldown for his bionic hook to 12 seconds instead of 8. They also reduced the damage of Kraken Impact to 80. I don't know why it says, but lower the calling threshold from 20% to 15%. This is a nerf, so he can't execute as well. And he also has no more infinite ammo. He has a new teammate with Captain America, but honestly, I think it's like whatever. I don't know if it's useful. It does some damage. I think it just does 1 bullet worth of damage, and it slows him if you deal with Captain. So, in my opinion, he still has his basic abilities. He still does high damage, but honestly, I feel like when he's on the enemy team, the enemy is griefing. So, around C tier, low B tier, we'll put him here, but like, I don't think he is. I'm just also seeing this, right? I'm also seeing this. This is crazy. He has a 40. He's the 3rd worst champion in Diamond Elo, which everyone started in. If you put like here, he's bad. So yeah, he's still bad. So if you play him, you're basically griefing. I have to put him around like C tier. He's not that good. There are just a bunch of better champions than him. If they revert the nerfs, maybe he's going to be better, but executing is going to be harder. He can still execute Loki clones, so he can ult and headshot. I did test that in training. So he's good against like Loki. He's good maybe even to dive. I'm not sure how good he is anymore, but he still has his basic abilities for that. He just won't be executing as much with his ultimate. And then we have Wolverine. Wolverine did get a nerf to how well he can generate his rage. If he takes more damage, he will generate more rage. So building out that rage bar is going to be harder for him. Let's just show you guys it. Yep, it's right here. You can see Savage Claw, Berserk Claw. They decreased it. Or wait, Savage Claw was increased, but they reduced the Feral Leap to 10. And Vicious Rampage has been decreased to 15, but rage gain more. He also reduced the time for enemies to get up from his ultimate to 0.75 seconds instead of 1, so they're stunned a bit like worse. They don't get stunned as long, basically. So it's harder to change up his ult. In my opinion, that's just my opinion, but I do believe Wolverine is situational. If they're running 2 tanks, guess what? Hey, Wolverine back in A tier. Let's go. So if they run 2 tanks, good. If they run 1 tank, back to B. He can still one-shot people in his ult. He's still got a really good ultimate. He can still kidnap them. So wait, they just changed how fast he can do his rage bar. Okay, so he's still decent. He's still decent. If you're a god at Wolverine, like, yeah, he's still really good at kidnapping and his ultimate one-shotting people outside of Invis-ult. Yeah, he still has a good ult. Okay, so he's still good. Around here. And looking at this tier list, yeah, I'd say the tier list looks something like this. A lot of S tier characters, but I mean, I don't know, I do find it funny with Hulk and Namor being very dislocated from each other. I think those Hulk buffs are pretty good. Something like this, actually. And I believe Iron Fist is a worse champ than Psylocke. Psylocke just does the assassination better. Just has less survivability. Something like this. But anyways, thank you for watching this video. Hope you guys found it informative or something. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.